There have been trips I almost talked myself out of, not because I didn't want to go, because the planning felt like too much. The research, the logistics, the what-if thinking that turns an exciting idea into an overwhelming project before you've even booked anything. I've planned trips for my husband and me, and I've traveled on my own. And I can tell you honestly, every single one of those trips would have been planned differently if I'd had the tools I have now. Today I'm showing you exactly what those tools look like. Welcome, I'm Debbie, and this is AI Puppy Playbook. After a few weeks of deeply practical content, paperwork, security, this week turns towards something that I find genuinely exciting to talk about: travel planning. I plan trips for my husband and me, and I've also traveled on my own. And the reframe I want to offer at the start of this week is simple. Travel planning is a research and logistics problem, and AI is the best research and logistics tool most of us have ever had access to. The trip you've been putting off because the planning felt like too much? This week is for that trip. The first thing AI changed for me was destination research. When my husband and I were planning a trip up north, I used to spend hours across multiple websites trying to piece together a coherent picture of what a place would actually be like for us specifically. Our pace, our interests, the kinds of things we like to do, the things we want to avoid. AI collapses all of that into one conversation. You tell it who you are, what you're looking for, what you don't want, and it gives you a picture of a destination that is actually tailored to your trip rather than a generic travel guide. The second thing AI changed was itinerary building. The generic travel itineraries you find online are built for an average traveler at an average pace with average interests, which means they rarely fit anyone exactly. When I'm planning for my husband and me, our pace, our interests, and our energy levels matter. When I've traveled on my own, my priorities are completely different. AI builds the itinerary around how you actually travel, not how a travel blogger thinks you should. And it adjusts. If you tell it you don't want to be on your feet for more than 3 hours at a time, it builds that in. If you tell it you want to leave every afternoon free, it plans for that. The third thing AI changed was how I handle the practical logistics, the layer of travel planning that I find most draining, the getting from here to there, the what do I actually need to know before I arrive, the is this neighborhood walkable questions, the what should I have in my bag for this specific trip questions. When I'm planning a trip up north with my husband, the logistics look different than when I'm traveling on my own. AI handles both. You just have to tell it who you are and what you're doing, and it gives you the practical information that actually applies to your situation. The fourth thing AI changed, and this one matters particularly for anyone traveling on their own, is what I call the what-if safety net. The thinking that used to keep trips from being planned. What if something goes wrong? What if I get lost? What if I get sick? What if the reservation falls through? AI helps you think through contingencies before you leave, so that if something does go wrong, you already know your first move. Traveling with a plan for the unexpected is a completely different experience than hoping nothing unexpected happens. And for couples where one person does most of the planning, this is also the tool that makes sure the other person knows what to do if they need to step in. Here's the recap: 4 AI prompts for 4 travel planning moments. 1. The destination deep dive. A picture of a place that's actually tailored to how you travel. 2. The itinerary that fits, built around your pace, your interests, your constraints. 3. The practical logistics layer, the getting there, getting around, and what to know that makes the trip smooth. 4. The what-if safety net, contingency thinking done before you leave so the unexpected doesn't derail the trip. All 4 prompts are in the description below and will be posted on Monday's Substack post. Your challenge this week: start one travel planning conversation, a trip you've been thinking about, a destination on your list, a route you've been imagining. Just begin. AI Puppy, Robo Puppy, and I will walk you through the complete travel planning system on Thursday. All 4 prompts, ready to start planning, are in the description below and will be posted on Monday's Substack post at aipuppyplaybook.com. Link is in the description, and before you go, drop a comment below. Where is the trip you've been putting off? A destination, a region, even just a direction. Tell me. I read every comment, and your answer might become the example in a future lesson. Subscribe for new lessons every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Share this with someone who has a trip on their list but hasn't started planning yet, and I'll see you Tuesday for the travel planning method. 3 steps from idea to itinerary. And if AI Puppy Playbook is helping you, you can support the channel through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description. Quick transparency note, this video was made with AI assistance. Some links may be affiliate links. I only share what I use myself. Come back Tuesday for the travel planning method, 3 steps that take a trip from idea to itinerary without the overwhelm. Keep training your AI puppy, and remember, the trip you've been putting off doesn't need a perfect plan. It needs a starting point. AI gives you that.